Modern society is telling us that it is okay to indulge in bad foods. Enjoy today and don't think about tomorrow. In fact, you don't even need those untasteful healthy foods. You can just live on hamburgers, sweets and processed foods for the rest of your life. Everywhere we look, we see ultra-processed foods. These are just a bunch of chemicals mixed together to make them taste really nice. We are being told that this modern diet is good for us, that we should trade our healthy foods for these much more tasteful processed foods. And this is exactly what millions of people do. Everywhere we look, we see them. We can't even unsee them. Look at the supermarket. 70% of all the foods in the supermarket are processed foods. The result? The most unhealthy society in history, where being skinny fat and obese is the norm. Once upon a time, we Spartans were exactly like this. We were fat Spartans, not fit for battle. But as soon as we understood, we decided to upgrade our bodies and in the process upgrade our life. We Spartans do not poison our bodies with these chemicals. We know that if we do, we destroy our bodies in the long term. We can't have that. We need our bodies to be in top condition for the next battle. For years I have been eating bad food. And I've quit eating bad food for half a year now, so I know the direct results. I was eating really bad foods like junk food, sweets and all kinds of foods that are made in a factory. And although I thought at the time that this wasn't impacting my fitness journey or my health, it did. And I wasn't even eating that much on processed foods. Basically my whole diet, or a big part of my whole diet, was consisting of these processed foods. Because I didn't even knew they were bad. So the result? My body, I was kind of skinny fat. I wasn't even eating this much calories, but I had a layer of fat on my belly. And I thought, how do I get this layer off? I just couldn't get it off, whatever I did, whatever diet I tried. And since half a year, I stopped eating these processed foods. And the results are great. I can't even get fat anymore now. I have zero fat on my belly without basically any effort. And maybe the first step in why you should change your diet and skip ultra processed foods is understanding why ultra processed foods are even bad for you. So there is this myth going on called if it fits your macros, and a lot of other YouTubers tell you that it is okay to eat everything you want as long as it fits your macros. So what do they mean by this? So let's say your calorie intake should be 2500 calories. That means you can eat everything you want in these 2500 calories. So this means you can eat chocolates, you can eat hamburgers, you can eat kebab, all the kinds of fast food, all the sweets, and they will make your body grow, right? They will be just as good as these healthy foods. These chemicals that are made in the factory are just as good for you as these chemicals. Let's say if you eat 10 chocolate bars, you will go just as much as if you would have eaten 10 healthy meals. Okay, so this is giant bullshit. So what are processed foods? Processed foods are the foods which we process in a factory, which do not grow naturally outside. So it's basically food with more than one or more than two ingredients. For example, if you have a potato, the main ingredient of a potato is potato, and there is no other ingredient. So this potato grows in nature. So, and if you have an ingredient which has 2 or 3 or 4 ingredients, it probably doesn't grow in nature, and therefore it is processed foods. And a lot of the time you see all these weird chemicals which you can't even pronounce in the ingredients list on your food. So these are processed foods. And if you have ultra processed foods, these are basically foods which don't even exist at all in nature. For example, a cookie, right? They are just a bunch of chemicals mixed together and magically appears a cookie which you can eat. So today people are eating so much processed foods and they think it is healthy. And they will advertise and will even tell you they are healthy because they bring a lot of money. But these foods are actually pretty unhealthy. They will bring you all kinds of nasty diseases like heart disease, diabetes and cancers. And the thing is, getting fat is one result too, but getting fat is the least of your problems. People always tell me, well, I'm not getting fat, so I can eat what I want. Yeah, sure, you can eat what you want. They basically see getting fat as the only result of processed foods, and they disregard all these other diseases and things and depressions you can get from them. So they think as long as I'm not getting fat, I can eat whatever I want. Processed foods are not human foods. They are just a bunch of chemicals mixed together. They might taste really nice, but everything that tastes really nice and too good to be true is probably bad. It is a poison for your body. So one really good documentary I've seen lately was ENDEVR, The Dangers of Ultra Processed Foods. This is a really important documentary to watch if you want to understand what the problem actually is. And they talk with a few doctors about this problem. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. So what foods should you eat? This is much more easy than it actually seems. What I always suggest is you take one source of carbohydrate like rice, couscous, maybe some spaghetti, maybe some potato, and you just choose one of these four and you just mix it with any vegetable you like. And make sure it's about 50-50, right? Like 50% of these carbohydrates like rice and 50% vegetables. And then you choose some sort of meat like chicken, beef, fish is also really healthy, which has a lot of omega-3 in them. So don't make it harder than it is. So in the morning you can eat some oatmeal. What I really like to do is I always eat, this is my favorite dish of the day. I eat oatmeal and with water, and I stuff it in the microwave. And then I add some protein powder, I mix it and I add some fruits. And this is basically like a pudding which has the taste of this protein powder. It's amazing, you should try it. And in the evening you can eat something like yogurt with some muesli and fruit. And what I always do is I eat 2 warm meals in a day. One at 11 and one in the evening at 5. And one thing I like to add is that you don't need sauce. I see so many people always stuffing their whole plate with sauce, and this is the only taste they know, like chili sauce, maybe some mayonnaise, maybe some ketchup. They stuff their whole plate full and they eat it. And this sauce is basically, this is also a highly processed food, and this is making your meal a lot worse with a lot of calories. So you can just skip this sauce altogether, unless you can make some really healthy sauce like pure tomato sauce or something like this with some salt and pepper. Maybe the first time it might not be really nice, but after a while it gets really nice and you actually enjoy the taste of food. Most people don't even know what the taste of food is. They just know the taste of their sauce, right? And I stuffed a whole plate full. So there are a lot of health benefits of eating healthy, both physical and mentally. Physically, you'll be able to grow a lot more muscle, lose a lot more fat. I can't even get fat right now because I'm just eating healthy foods. Whatever I eat, how much I eat, I can get fat. It also makes your skin much nicer. And you can actually see when somebody is indulging in a lot of bad foods, you can actually see it in their skin. They will have like this grayish skin with a lot of... and it also prevents a lot of diseases. And one really nice effect is when you start to eat healthy, your body will actually grow and look much better, and in the result you will attract a lot more women. One major health benefit is that you will be in a better mood, and this way your performance will increase in everything because you feel better. Your performance in the gym will increase, your performance in school, your performance in business, your performance in life will increase. Wouldn't you love to feel a lot better than you do right now? So remember, Spartans, it might be hard to quit eating processed foods, especially when everyone around you is eating them. Don't let them take you down. It's time to experience discomfort for a better future tomorrow. Also watch this video about the 5 mistakes I made in the gym. I'm sure you can learn something from that.